All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Sam Danford here around 4:30 p.m. on July 21st, the Tuesday. And yeah, we got rain. We're talking showers and storms right now. We're talking monsoonal moisture. Look at this is from the Bird Restaurant, right? South of town. We have gotten widespread scattered thunderstorms happening. They're really hanging over the mountains, bringing tons of moisture. And this is great news. I think I just want to say I think this is overall a positive thing that we're seeing with all these showers and thunderstorms. However, bringing it back to what our National Weather Service office is saying is we're talking about a flood watch in effect right now. And it's actually now through Wednesday night. And what is to be expected is localized rounds of showers and thunderstorms bringing local possible flooding. So it's a flood watch. It's not a flood warning. A warning is meaning it's happening. A flood watch is watch out. This could happen, right? So yeah, that's kind of the deal. And if we actually look ahead here at some of their PDF here, you can see precipitation probabilities here in this big table. And yeah, you can see in Moose, we've got high probabilities of precipitation mainly this evening. Jackson, same thing, 75% this evening. And yeah, definitely a good chance of rain. And just a good reminder to look out for road flooding, look out for heavy rain out of some of these showers. Some of these showers and thunderstorms could be carrying rainfall rates about an inch an hour or an inch and a half an hour because there's enough water in the atmosphere, which we'll get into. And then here's the rodeo grounds. Look at them getting ready. And look at that beautiful shaft of light coming out right there. And you can just see the widespread thick clouds. We got tons of cumulonimbus clouds happening and, shower and thunderstorm growth. Here is our current radar image right now. We're absolutely surrounded right now. The interesting thing about Jackson is it's relatively light precipitation, and actually with the radar, you kind of learn to read this radar because the radar site is pretty far away from Jackson. That's the only thing. We fly a little bit blind. So actually, we're looking up maybe 800 feet, 1,000 feet in the atmosphere with this radar. So this moisture is probably not hitting the ground, is what I'm trying to get at right here, in Jackson. However, look at all the stuff around it. All these storms and showers are most certainly carrying tons of moisture in them, right? So that is definitely happening. And yeah, we know that's what's happening. Anyways, we are going to animate this because here I want to show you something here. This is showing us how the motion of these storms. And if you notice something, they're very slowly moving actually. They're kind of like hanging out and grabbing on to the moisture coming off of the mountains actually. So you'll notice there's this kind of like southwest direction. And guys, I do not know why my arrows all of a sudden are so small. I have no idea what just happened there. So sorry about that. Um, Trying that out. I'm trying out my systems here. And yeah, you can see them hanging out above the mountains. And actually, I'll just highlight that, right? You can see that box. So you see that, and you can really tell right now that there is just hanging on. So these showers are going to kind of stay static, and that's why the flood watch is out. That's why we've got a mesoscale discussion as well. So you see here, heavy rainfall, a mesoscale discussion has been issued, heavy rainfall in the next 4 hours. And they're just talking about heavy rainfall rates possible with some of these thunderstorms that could cause localized flash flooding. And you know what? You can really see this on satellite. This is the current satellite image. These huge areas of convection right now, all surrounding us. It's a beautiful thing, honestly, to see because that means we're getting tons of moisture and we do need it. So, again, it's a net positive, in my opinion, even though we might see some flooding here and there. Just be careful. Um, so, yeah, this is what the radar could look like. And this is actually some scans from a while ago on the HRRR model. And you can see that it's pretty accurate to those scattered thunderstorms. And this is just going to be continuing. These should be latching on like it's indicating here. And I do think we're going to see a couple of these hit Jackson and surrounding areas, definitely up in the mountains for sure. The high terrain will capture a lot of this moisture. And yeah, that's going to continue throughout the evening. So this is around like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And then, we get a little break, which is nice in the later evening hours, 9 to 10. And then we get another round. This is, again, what the radar could look like. This is not exact. It could be very much different than this. But this is a good reference of timing. And this is going into tomorrow. So early morning hours, lingering showers, and then tomorrow, starting around 2 o'clock, 1 to 2, we see another round of big time convection happening. Scattered thunderstorms again, and locally heavy rainfall rates. This model is showing this concentration of thunderstorms down by Hoback, and kind of south of town. I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I believe it, but it is interesting to always kind of see what the models are showing. And yeah, Jackson's not getting quite as much tomorrow in this particular model. However, this could be wrong. This whole like latched on thunderstorm could happen right over town. We don't know. So this is just a good reference, like I said, for timing and kind of a widespread brush look. And then everything moves out tomorrow. Honestly, it'll continue overnight and moves out in the early morning hours. What is this? Thursday. Hence why the flood watch is out for its timing. We will look really quick here at current precipitable water values. So this is kind of currently where we're at. We've got an inch of air, or an inch of water in our air column. Precipitable water is basically how much water is held in the atmosphere. So we've got plenty of juice, so to speak, plenty of water for these storms to take advantage of this environment, this humid and wet environment. Plenty of precipitable water values, and same thing with dew points. The current dew points are pretty high for this area. We're climbing up. We're at 50, and this is a weather model, so this is not actually observed right now. I'm gonna just run the model to see kind of what it's saying. But yeah, essentially we're gonna get up there, right? When these showers and storms are happening, the dew point's gonna match the uh, the temperature of outside. So it'll probably go up to like 70 degrees, and then that means it's raining. So a quick look ahead, right? This is our mechanism. Same thing, like I said in my last video. Monsoonal flow, meaning high pressure, and that is rotating clockwise and bringing up this southerly flow. I'm going to use my arrows, even though they're tiny, tiny. So yeah, you can see that southerly flow, and that will be like when I animate this forward. Can you see that a little bit? Yeah, you can see that southerly flow. But notice something that happens around Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's like right here. We kind of lose that flow. So let me delete those markers, and we actually get a little bit more of a normal, like west southwest flow that's happening. And this will result in some nicer weather, maybe intermittent showers and thunderstorms, but nothing monsoonal like we're getting right now with that deep humidity and that southerly moisture. I just wanted to show also the Euro model. That was the GFS. Let me give it a refresh. Because the Euro model, I think I believe a little bit more, which is instead of this high pressure getting like flung out, I think it might just kind of change its location. So you can tell, like here we are right now, we've got a little bit more of an avenue for that southerly flow, and then that avenue just kind of cuts off. We see a ridge developing it's like almost this half circle right here. So we don't see as much ability for it to grab tropical moisture. It's grabbing kind of air off of the ocean here. So yeah, and then that results in that reflects here in the GFS simulated radar. So here's today, right? There's our widespread thunderstorms. You can see that all in this region. I'm just gonna do that. Why not? You can see our region right there. And yeah, you can see widespread thunderstorms on Tuesday, Wednesday, a little bit on Thursday, and then Friday We do see some storms, but they're going to be more west to east, right? So they're going to be more that quick hitting, not latching on and just sitting and dumping rain. They'll be more of our typical quick hitting summer convection. And then same thing on Saturday as well. So we'll get, as we get closer, we'll refine that forecast definitely. And then potentially later on next week, resuming some monsoonal patterns. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Anyways, the last thing I want to show you is just a couple charts, right? So we have, let me delete that little circle. So yeah, we have some expected rainfall rates, and let's see what we have here, right? We have like a half inch in certain areas. We got almost an inch in the areas, not even, a 0.1 inches, a tenth of an inch of rain in Jackson. These are just Weather Prediction Center broad brush predictions. Any of these could happen anywhere, right? Like this is a little thunderstorm simulated that it dumps an inch and a half of rain. That's more flooding, right? That's more of like a flooding situation. That could happen kind of anywhere in our region. And just overall, let's zoom out. We have a good amount of moisture happening over the Tetons and over the Gros Ventre and over our mountains. Same thing with tomorrow, Wednesday. So I think this is overall net positive. We're going to gain some rain out of this, and some much needed moisture. And then, yeah, again, on Thursday, things really kind of taper off. So that's great. And their same thing, excessive rainfall outlook, right? This is from the Storm Prediction Center, and it is showing like what do they call this? A marginal. So a marginal risk for excessive rainfall. There's a lot more excessive rainfall going on in the desert Southwest with this monsoon pattern. But tomorrow and probably overnight tonight, we actually see a slight risk of heavier rainfall rates. So yeah, be on the lookout. Definitely, if you're around a thunderstorm, expect that it's going to be a little less. They're going to be slower moving, right? So storms like this, I'm keep going back to this bird cam. But storms like this, I mean, right? We done this whole forecast, and this thing is barely moved. It's just, and it is absolutely dumping rain over the mountains over there. But this is what we're talking about. These storms aren't necessarily, moving across the valley super quick and then they're done. They're kind of parking themselves in areas. So keep an eye out today. Yeah, this is also, why not show you this? Let me bring up OBS here. Let me show you why not. I took a photo of kind of this convection starting right earlier in the day, and it was cool to see this starting to occur in this like almost giant anvil head spreading out. And yeah, so I'll leave you there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next.